The Fall of Saigon, Vietnam's final battle. On April 30, 1975, the South Vietnamese stronghold of Saigon, now known as Ho Chi Minh City, was captured by the People's Army of Vietnam and the Viet Cong. The South Vietnamese forces had crumbled under the swift advancement of the North Vietnamese, whose recent offensive began in December 1974 with a major attack on the lightly defended province of Phuoc Long, situated north of Saigon along the Cambodian border. This attack led to the capture of the provincial capital, Phuoc Binh, on January 6, 1975. Despite earlier promises by the United States to provide aid in such a situation, they did not take any action. At this time, President Nixon had already resigned from office, and his successor, Gerald Ford, was unable to persuade a hostile Congress to fulfill Nixon's earlier commitments to rescue Saigon from communist control. The North Vietnamese, feeling encouraged by the previous events, initiated a fresh campaign in March 1975. The South Vietnamese forces retreated in complete disarray, and once more, the United States remained inactive. The South Vietnamese gave up Pleiku and Con Tum in the highlands with minimal resistance. Subsequently, Quang Tri, Hue, and Da Nang succumbed to the communist offensive. The North Vietnamese persisted in their southward coastal advance towards Saigon, overpowering the South Vietnamese forces in every encounter along the way. The South Vietnamese 18th Division displayed tremendous bravery in their battle at Xuan Loc, located just east of Saigon, managing to defeat 3 North Vietnamese divisions. Unfortunately, this battle marked the final stand in the defense of the Republic of South Vietnam. Despite their efforts, the South Vietnamese forces could only hold out until they depleted their tactical air support and weaponry, leading to the eventual surrender of Xuan Loc to the Communists on April 21. After decisively defeating the last significant organized resistance near Saigon, the North Vietnamese positioned themselves for the ultimate assault. Meanwhile, in Saigon, President Nguyen Van Thu of South Vietnam resigned and handed over power to Vice President Tran Van Hong before making his escape from the city on April 25. As of April 27, the North Vietnamese had successfully encircled Saigon and commenced strategic maneuvers for a complete takeover. At the break of dawn on April 30, the attackers encountered minimal resistance. North Vietnamese tanks forcefully breached the gates of the presidential palace, effectively bringing an end to the war. Colonel Bui Tin of North Vietnam accepted the surrender from General Duong Van Minh, who had assumed power after Tran Van Hong's brief one-day tenure. Tin reassured Minh, stating, "You need not fear. Amongst Vietnamese, there are no winners or losers. It is only the Americans who have been defeated. If you are true patriots, regard this as a moment of celebration. The war for our country has concluded." Shortly after dawn on April 30, the final group of Marines departed from the embassy, leaving hundreds of Vietnamese individuals behind. As the helicopter carrying the Marines disappeared from sight, it marked the symbolic end of the American presence in Vietnam. Remarkably, the American military managed to evacuate 7,000 people, including 5,500 Vietnamese, in less than 24 hours, with some pilots flying continuously for up to 19 hours. Shortly after the last helicopter's departure from the embassy, North Vietnamese tanks breached the gates of the Independence Palace. General Duong Van Minh, who took over the presidency after Thu, surrendered unconditionally, officially bringing an end to the 2-decade-long Vietnam War. The new government renamed Saigon as Ho Chi Minh City in honor of the late North Vietnamese president. If you liked this video and want to see more like it, check out some of my other videos. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.